Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, good day. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Current blood sugar is sitting at 11, fully calibrated. That's for most of you who have older style Medtronic. That symbol tells us if we're calibrated. However, with the Guardian sensor 4, it's on all the time. Because if your sensor's connected, it should be giving you a rating. I have 3.95 units, and it's actually telling me that right now it is time for my bolus amount. There we go. Just get this all cleaned up. My bolus carbs. I'm going to have 51 grams of carbs. I think I did this yesterday. Don't want to keep doing this. We get down to 51 grams of carbs. We press deliver. And now, we get little bursts of insulin going into my system. So we're done. That's all wonderful. Today I want to discuss is why are lows so important? Why do they all really want to spend time on the lows versus the highs? Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Low blood sugars are bad because they alter your whole way of functioning. Your body starts shutting down very quickly, trying to conserve any sugar in the system for your brain. Your muscles start contracting, and then you know you're in serious trouble. For years, I used to have my hands would go twitching. I didn't really think much of it. I knew, oh, my hands started twitching. That meant I was low. It doesn't twitch anymore. I don't have any feelings of low. But I really kind of wished I would still have only when I'm low. Your brain is striving for sugar, as I mentioned. The muscles contract, trying to get every last glucose molecule out of them and to the brain. I started having migraine headaches, and I've mentioned this before. I started having headaches where I couldn't see well. I would start getting double vision so that I'd have to do this or this. One of the eyes, it always seemed to be this eye, so that I can see one of. People would say, well, why are you always squinting? I started to not control my blood sugars, I guess around the 20-year mark, 20 years of having diabetes. And I thought, I didn't really notice it. Part of the issue that my doctor would keep saying, oh, your blood sugar seems to be a little bit lower where we need it, according to your blood sugars. I didn't have the fancy devices I have now. I just had the finger pokes 4 times a day, and that had to tell us the whole story of how your diabetes control was going on. I got really tight with my diabetes control after I finally woke up and, got the feeling that my diabetes needed to be tighter controlled. I learned that I needed more tighter control, so I came up with a game plan for myself. And you know what? I did it for one day, it worked. I did it for 2 days, it worked. Next thing I know, a week had passed. And yeah, I still had highs, still had lows, but it was easier to do. It just became easier. When you put yourself into the reason why you're doing the blood sugars, things will work better for you. By no means, all of a sudden, I just started doing my blood sugars and things just started to work so much better. It doesn't work that way, guys. You have to be constant with it. If you go high, you need to correct. If you go low, you need to treat the lows. Before I got the pump that could detect, I would go out and just go and, I go walking. Oh, I'm fine. My doctor says my blood sugars were always high. So, I'm fine. Yeah, right, Mike, you were so damn fine. But nowadays, with sensors and everything, we're kind of at the golden age of diabetic treatment. I hope and I pray that one day we won't have to worry about this. But right now we do. If you are trending low, stop, have some small little snack, usually 50 grams of carbohydrates, bring your blood sugar up, and then you can continue on. If you're in a business meeting or you're doing something for work, if you are feeling like you're low, then stop, take something you eat, and then continue on. We put so many pressures on, whether they're imaginary or real, that, oh, my boss is going to be so upset if I take a break and grab something to eat or a drink. they're going to be so upset with me and they're just going to get angry. You know what? If that extra 5 minutes means that you're able to give them 110% for the rest of the day, then give it a rest. And if they do and come after you for taking that time, no. I once had a manager who I worked with, and there was another person, myself, out running the floor. He was in the back office, and I went and told the guy, if anything happens, ring. I'm just going to go into the back for a moment. I went in the back to do a blood sugar. He just happened to come out looking for me. What are you doing out here now? You had your break already. And I said, well, I have to do a blood sugar. No, you do that on your own time, blah, blah, blah. And later on, I suffered a severe low. Don't let them pressure you. That's what human resources is for. And again, helping you be there more constant. The blood sugar at that time took 3 minutes. Doesn't really compute, does it? But the important thing is you don't want your body to start twitching and everything, and you don't want to pass out. You don't want to be an eyeful, but you have to learn that you are the most important part about diabetes care. It's not your husband, it's not your wife, not your mother, not your father. It's you. Get up and learn and teach yourself that it's all worth. Now, to keep safe, if you're still pricking yourself 4 times a day, you need to do at least one night a week. Wake up at 4 a.m., do a blood sugar. I was getting so high blood sugars by the morning that I started waking up at 4 every day, taking blood sugar, and if it was over 10, I would give myself insulin. If it was under 10, I'd leave it. And this allowed better control of my diabetes, or I thought. My doctors had different concerns. You're going to have problems with lows. We can't have you go low. There could be brain injuries. There's a whole bunch of reasons why we shouldn't be constantly doing that. So, when you speak to your doctor next time you have an appointment, ask about what is a bottom part of my low or of my okay area and what's the high. And when you falter out of those 2 areas, treat them. Either if it's high, treat with more insulin. If it's low, treat with less. Tell people you live with that if you're having a diabetic problem, don't automatically give them sugar. There is stories where family members say, well, he was having a problem and I thought it was his diabetes and I gave him more insulin. Lows offer more damage more quicker. Highs offer more damage if they're pronounced for a long period of time, like metaverting there. If you're high for a couple of blood sugars, it's not the end of the world. And you can tell someone if they think you're going low, let them eat a chocolate bar because they may go high, but it's still not going to have them drop low. I have a condition now that's hypoglycemia unaware. I don't know when I'm low. I could be low and I could be talking to you like this. I don't start the sweating. My heart doesn't start pump. So you don't want to treat yourself way too low either because you could bring on this condition as well. Find out your low level, and if you go below that, treat as soon as possible. Your body will thank you. Gee, I've heard that before. Anyway, have a great day and we'll talk again soon. Bye. My email address is Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. All one line. Drop me